Aaron,
Yes.
Aaron Best, I was at a career or a season high in points, but how much of what he does outside of scoring, how much of what he does is coachable versus innate?
I think it's innate, right? He brings a lot to our team, just who he is. I know. Coach Nurse loves him. Coach Nate Bjorkgren loves him also, just for what he brings to Team Canada. And now with us too, just brings us a play hard guy, has a lot of integrity on and off the court, and we just love what he brings to our team.
And I think it was the first quarter. It was out of a timeout. Deng Adel gets a full court, 60-foot straight line drive dunk. Do you think that was a wake-up call at that moment? What was kind of your inner monologue, and how did you see the game progress from that juncture?
My inner monologue that's not good. That's not what we're about. We take pride in pressure in the ball, but then you're gonna get beat sometimes when you pressure the ball. But then the backside's got to be there, and our readiness got to be at an all-time high, especially because when we pick up the ball that high. So we talked about it. It happened a couple times, actually, right? And it's just unjustifiable, and we had to correct that quickly.
Coach, you said that you're tougher sometimes on the guys on wins than losses. In this case, where you convincingly beat a team that previously beat you back in the Showcase Cup games, how do you approach these type of wins?
It's good. It's hard to win. It's hard to win. We congratulate them and let them celebrate. But as for us, we're already talking about tomorrow. It's a win, and we gotta show some correctable things, some things we gotta look at, some things we gotta revisit, and then get ready for tomorrow. So, the rejoicing is more for them, for our guys that do it and get off their feet, make sure they get a lot of fluids. We're happy too, but then it's gotta get back to work.
Mm-hmm.
Got some film to watch and get ready for tomorrow.
What stood out to you just off the top of your head this game that you would like to correct for next game, both positive and negative? So give me something you want to correct and something that you want to highlight.
About fouling. Fouling, I think there's some fouls, I don't mind, being aggressive, but there's some of them we just got to use a little bit of wisdom and be smarter there. There's some things there in our execution that we got to do better. I thought, how many offensive rebounds did they get? They had 16 offensive rebounds, I think. This is not a team that crashes the boards like that, and we got to do a better job there coming and securing the offensive glass. So those are the couple of things we can correct. There's some things schematically also that we can do better, but I thought the effort was there. Guys tried hard and competed. So that's the fundamental thing for us. As long as we have that, we can live with the rest.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
You had nearly 10 more assists than the number one in assists team in the entire league. Is that something that you focused on leading up to this game?
Not necessarily. We focus on our offensive philosophy and doing it at the best, at the highest level, and whatever happens, right? We didn't go in there trying to throw a number and anything like that. It's just play the game the way we're supposed to, and then see what happens.
Go ahead.
And Coach, how did it feel having fans back in the building this evening?
It felt. Go ahead.
Oh, and the secondary question is, do you think it impacted your players? Just looking over the stat sheet, I see 7 to 9 guys in double figures, with Bonga and Perry 1 point away. So it was almost the whole squad was over 10 points. Do you think the crowd impacted them? How do you feel about that spread? Offensive production?
Well, the first part, I'll say, man, listen, I'm so thankful to just have fans in the building, and you know how much I've craved having people sit there and feel with us what we feel and give us a push when we need to and get on the rest for us a little bit when we cannot. So it's always good. My family was there too, so it's always good for me to glance and see my loved ones. So it's huge. It's huge, and it's good for everybody. It's good for the game. It's good for the fans. It's good for the organization. It's good for the players. It's just good, right? Now, did that impact our players? I think what we've learned through, we didn't have any fans, but then we'll go on the road and they had fans. And I think our players have shown a great ability to just adapt to the environment. So I'm sure it's a plus. I'm sure it's fun for them to showcase their talent in front of people live. I'm sure it probably gave them a boost that they didn't have before.
I just had one. With David Johnson, you mentioned that your offense is best when it's got pace and it's flowing.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think David, in terms of his flow within the offense, how do you think that's progressed over the last little bit?
Well, he's a very cerebral guy. He's an intelligent young man, and he brings a lot of stuff that you don't see in the stat sheet. Even when he's not making shots, he's one of our best screeners, one of our best cutter, and he's very selfless in his approach to the game. He'll cut, and his cut will create a three-pointer for somebody. And he's highly intelligent and sees the play. He'll bring suggestions to me at times, things that are very, very relevant and valid. And I think he understands. He's been with the program from summer league, from mini camps, and that's why the organization is so high on him.